Detailed case summary. Associated Japanese Bank International Limited v. Credit du Nord S.A. 1989 is a significant case in English contract law that deals with the issues of mistake and the doctrine of mistake in contract formation. The case was decided by the Court of Appeal. Claimant plaintiff, Associated Japanese Bank International Limited, AJBA defendant, Credit du Nord S.A. Associated Japanese Bank International Limited (AJB) entered into a contract with Credit du Nord S.A., a French bank, for the sale and leaseback of machinery. AJB agreed to lease certain machines, which were supposedly owned by a third party, Nigel Willoughby, and had been valued by the Credit du Nord as security for a loan. AJB then discovered that the machines did not exist. The contract for the sale and leaseback of the machines was therefore based on a fundamental mistake, as the subject matter of the contract, the machines, were fictitious. Argument in the court case. The primary argument in this case revolved around whether the contract could be voided on the grounds of common mistake. AJB argued that the contract was void because both parties were mistaken about the existence of the machines, which were essential to the contract. Credit du Nord contended that AJB should bear the risk of the non-existence of the machines, and thus the contract should remain valid. Final outcome and detailed law justification. The Court of Appeal held that the contract was void for common mistake. The court reasoned that for a contract to be valid, there must be a shared assumption about the existence of the subject matter. In this case, both parties had entered into the contract under the mistaken belief that the machines existed. As the existence of the machines was fundamental to the contract, the mistake was deemed to be sufficiently serious to render the contract void. The judgment was based on the principles outlined in previous cases such as Bell v. Lever Brothers Limited and the doctrine of common mistake in contract law. The court clarified that a contract could be void for mistake if the mistake was fundamental to the agreement and if the contract had allocated no risk for such a mistake. The court emphasized that the doctrine of mistake is not applicable if one party had accepted the risk of the mistake. Key concept. The case of Associated Japanese Bank International Limited v. Credit du Nord S.A. 1989 underscores the importance of the doctrine of common mistake in contract law. It establishes that a contract can be void if both parties are under a fundamental mistake about a crucial fact that forms the basis of the contract. The key implications of this case are: doctrine of common mistake. This case reinforces that for a contract to be valid, there must be no fundamental mistake about the subject matter of the contract. Fundamental assumption. Both parties must share a common assumption about a crucial fact for the contract to hold. Risk allocation. If a contract allocates the risk of a particular mistake to one of the parties, the doctrine of common mistake may not apply. Key learnings for candidates. Understand the role of fundamental assumptions in contract formation. Recognize the circumstances under which a contract may be voided for common mistake. Appreciate the significance of risk allocation in contracts to mitigate the implications of potential mistakes.